Hey guys, GSP on GSP Talk Sports here, and we're talking football around 14, Tuesday 2nd and Wednesday 3rd December 2025. So, yeah, some interesting midweek games here coming on to the Christmas season, so you know what it is. Want to start off in the EPL, Bournemouth versus Everton. Bournemouth were in 11th place versus Everton in 14th. I would have predicted a draw in this match, and it ended up with a Everton 1-0 win. Yeah, Grealish in the 78th minute. So Bournemouth with 5 shots, 2 on target. Everton 45% possession, 13 shots, 3 on target, and they got their 1-0 win. So Bournemouth now winless in 5. Everton first win versus Bournemouth, by the way. All right. So big win here for Everton. They stay 14th. The next host Forest, by the way, and Bournemouth next host Chelsea. So Bournemouth, after a good start, had to try to get things back on the rails, I guess, versus Chelsea. Let's see. We have Fulham versus City. This one ended up 5-4 for City, 5-4 over Fulham. Yeah, City in second place will remain second. Fulham remain 15th. Haaland with his 100th goal. Yeah, 100 goal in 111 matches, the fastest to do so, right? How far will he go? I guess barring injuries left to be seen. Fulham with 57% possession, 12 shots, 6 on target, by the way. City were actually 5-1 up, but Fulham came back to make it 5-4, and City basically just held on. City only 4 shots on target. 4 shots on target, 5 goals. One is our own goal. So basically, they scored with all their shots on target and had our own goal. And last ditch Guardiola goal line clearance to save the draw. It would be a 5-5 draw, which would have been good for me, I find. But City basically held on for the 5-4. The City next host Sunderland, so let's see what high-flying Sunderland could do against them. And Fulham next versus Palace, right? We had 13th place Newcastle versus 12th place Spurs, and I predicted a Newcastle win, and this was a 2-2 draw. Yeah, big draw here in this one. Spurs moved to 11th with that, and Newcastle moved from 13th to 12th, so both of them move up one spot. Yeah, big win for Newcastle. I predicted a Newcastle win. This was a big draw. Newcastle with 53% possession, 19 shots, 7 on target. Right, the next host Burnley. Spurs, by the way, in this match, halftime 0-0. The 71st minute is when the first goal scored. And then we had a Gordon penalty to make it 2-1 when Newcastle probably thought they would have won it. And in the 95th minute, a Romero bicycle, 2-2. Spurs next was Brentford. So, continuing Tuesday in La Liga, we had Barca versus Atletico Madrid. And I would have predicted a Barca win. And they actually came from behind to win 3-1. So Atletico went 1-0 up. They remained fourth. Barca went 4 points clear at the top at this point. Atletico with 7 shots, only 2 on target. And Barca 58% possession, 19 shots and 6 on target. So Barca extending their lead at this point. They next was Betis, and Atletico Madrid next play Athletic Club. In Copa Italia on the Tuesday as well, in round 16, we had Juve versus Udinese. I would have predicted a Juve win and got through with a 2-0 win here for Juve. 60% possession, 10 shots, only 2 on target, 2-0. Udinese with 4 shots and 0 on target. So comprehensive win here for Juve, thank God, into the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. They next play Napoli, right? And Udinese next play Genoa. Going on to Wednesday in the EPL, first place Arsenal versus 10th place Brentford. I predicted an Arsenal win, comfortable 2-0 win for Arsenal here. Arsenal with 62% possession, 15 shots, and 7 on target. And they went 5 points clear at that point. Brentford with 6 shots and only 1 on target. So basically, comprehensive win here for Arsenal. They next go to Villa and Brentford. Next play Spurs. Wednesday, EPL continuing. Brighton were in 6th place versus 4th place Villa. I predicted a Villa win, and Villa did it for me. Got this one right. 4-3 win. Really excited match here. Villa with 14 shots, 10 on target, and 6 straight win, by the way. Yeah, so high flying right now. Brighton 56% possession, 16 shots, 7 on target. So some big shootouts in this midweek games here. Brighton next hosts West Ham at home, right? This after this midweek games, West Ham still had to play their game against that shitty team from Manchester, Man U. Hoping West Ham could do it. Villa 6 straight win. Hoping Liverpool could get some stats like that. The next was Arsenal. Can they do it against Arsenal? I think they have a shot. Yeah, so interesting. Villa up to 3rd. Burnley in 19th versus Palace in 9th. All right. I predicted a Palace win. Got this one correct. A 1-0 win for Palace. Burnley 58% possession, 11 shots, 4 on target. Palace 42% possession, 3 shots, 3 on target, and they got the 1-0. Burnley next play Newcastle, Palace next play Fulham. And we move on to 20th place Wolves versus 16th place Forest. I predicted a Forest win, got this one right again, getting a good bit right here. Forest with 50% possession, 10 shots, 3 on target. 72nd minute goal, by the way, to win this. Battling win. And Forest next host Everton. Wolves next host Man U. So hoping Wolves could get that win against Man U there. And we had Leeds versus Chelsea. Leeds were in 18th. Chelsea were in 3rd. And I predicted a Chelsea win, and I got this one wrong. 3-1 Leeds. 3-1 Leeds. And yeah, Leeds move out of the relegation zone, by the way, and push West Ham into 18th. Yeah, West Ham. So Leeds with 17 shots, 5 on target. Only 29% possession, by the way. And Chelsea 71% possession, 14 shots, 2 on target. 2 on target. They next host Bournemouth, by the way. And Leeds next host Liverpool. Hoping Liverpool could get it done against Leeds, but I know they'll be high flying on confidence after this game, right? Liverpool played Sunderland. Liverpool were in 8th. Sunderland were in 6th place. So yeah, I predicted a Liverpool win. Got this one wrong. 1-1. Sunderland with 9 shots, 6 on target. Liverpool 68% possession, dominating once again. 23 shots, but only 4 on target. By the way, in this match, the Liverpool equalizer, because Liverpool came from behind, Wirtz was robbed of his first goal. He basically hit a beauty of a shot. It got a deflection. Man didn't know anything about it, and they gave it as our own goal. Should have been a Wirtz first goal in the league. Kesa had to clear off the line, by the way, to preserve that 1-0 after Liverpool throw away how much of our chances. Liverpool next play Leeds, so yeah, hoping that they could bounce back with a win there. And Sunderland next City, when Sunderland could take something off City there too. La Liga on the Wednesday, we had Athletic Club versus Real Madrid. Athletic Club were in 8th, Real Madrid were in 2nd, and predicted a Real win. Got this one right. Real with a 3-0 win, 62% possession, 13 shots, 8 on target. And they go back to 1 point behind Barca, right? Athletic Club 9 shots, 4 on target. Athletic Club next hosts Atletico Madrid, and Real next hosts Celta Vigo. And well, we had Copa Italia matches where Atalanta, Napoli, Inter, all of them got through with their matches there. So on the round of 16, moving on to the quarterfinals. So some big clashes coming up there in Italy in the Coppa Italia. So that's it for football roundup for this midweek. I'll have to do a preview of the match day 15 coming up. So let me know your thoughts on this round 14. Yeah, how you think your final was, how your team did. Some big ones with that City match and that big shootout with City with the 5-4. And then the Villa versus Brighton 4-3, Leeds 3-1 over Chelsea. So some big results there. Liverpool drawing, and then we have the West Ham Man U coming up on the Wednesday. So sorry, on the Thursday. So we'll see how that goes as well. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. GSP on GSP Talk Sports.